Like and Unto Death is the name of this map. As we look at this overhead map, let's reduce that to a scalable size. There we are, something we can work with. Alright, we are back. It is NewMutator bringing you game number 4 in the DE3 match between Gimbal or Us and the Time Wizards. Can Gimbal or Us escape being eliminated? Well, nope, they've already been eliminated. They lost the first 3 games of the match. So they pretty much are eliminated. Time Wizards going to advance to the second elimination match of this round against the Thundercocks. So those games are already up, so go ahead and watch those if you haven't already. They are pretty entertaining. So basically what Gimbal or Us is trying to do is go out in style. What they want to do is pretty much exit the tournament with a win. Hopefully they're able to do so. Sam the Butcher attempting to lead them towards that end. 2 Smoking Guns, Grog Monster, Prince Pawn, Morgoth, and the Black Knight are all here to help make that a reality. 6 players. They're going to be against the 6 players of the Time Wizards. Spawning opposite them, they're going to be the blue team. Stone Cold leading them. Scratch, Father Xmas, MP Phil, Sormiron, and Renwood, the peach color. So 6 on 6. We'll see what happens. The General making everything kind of wacky with his force fields there. And yeah, we will see exactly how this plays out. 6 dwarves taken for the Time Wizards. Maximum warriors. 2 whites worth of pus and 2 journeymen. And a smattering of thrall for defense. No archers. And Gimbal or Us, we know they like using the archers here. They do get a journeyman 4 pus, 2 whites once again. Only 4 dwarves compared to the 6 of the Time Wizards, and a little bit short of maximum warriors, and a little, a few less thrall for them for flag defense. It is capture the flag. Both teams are going to be gunning for the other flag on the other side of the map, their opponent's flag, and trying to take that flag, trying to possess that to win the game here. So 12 archers here for Gimbal or Us, and no archers for Time Wizards. However, we do know that if used right, the General's force field can be utilized by these dwarves, and they can actually outrange the archers, exploiting that little quirk of the engine, which is actually more like a feature, I guess you would call it. It's an unintended side effect that's actually pretty cool. So the game is on. Game just starting out, and both teams are going to be moving out as fast as they can. They are going to heal those whites 4 pus. Those goals quickly grab that and begin on their trek to the other side of the map here. Now, looking at the overhead, these are the temples. At the top of each temple, you see this is kind of an interesting feature as well, where every few seconds it'll release like a flame, like so, and if you have units standing near it, they will be healed. We saw that utilized actually in the next match that's played, but the previous match that I posted, it is the Thundercocks match of the DE3. And there's this river kind of going through everything. So what I expect to happen is, everyone's probably gonna find each other on this line here. And I don't know, that's what I expect. Look over here, we see 2 Smoking Guns. He does have the General. Sam the Butcher actually with 2 Smoking Guns has the General and that dwarf. So that's kind of their north squad there. They have this goal kind of leading the way. It's kind of hard to see with that overhead, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to show you. There is their thrall kind of with that circle formation on their flag. And they actually leave some units in a defensive position, which is probably not the wisest thing to do. You would think it would be more effective than it actually is. The most effective thing to do is to move out with everything and then react to your opponent's army where they are, and have your units able to move into position to counter that. If your units are way far out like they are here, they're a little bit too far out to give any assistance to the rest of your army. Thus, it's almost as if you don't actually have them. It's almost as if they don't actually exist. Scratch is moving out. He's going to focus on that dwarf. Oh, nice try, but dudding. And that kind of not working out very well for Scratch there. He was hoping that that would be a little bit bigger than it was. He wants to get that plus piece, but those warriors there making it unable to pick it up. And he'll set it off with that dwarf, and freeze those warriors, and move in and attempt to take out that dwarf. And it seems like he's going to be able to do that. Grog Monster trying to defend him, but losing a lot of units there. Actually, Scratch, I think that may have backfired for him. But he's going to Scratch. Nothing works out for him this game. He duds on those warriors and then loses his dwarf to that Puskull. So far, Gimbal R Us is up 84 to 74% because of what's happening here. And perhaps elsewhere, Storm Iron taking some damage as well. But I think he is going to be able to clean up that dwarf. Actually, he is not going to be able to. Prince Pawn comes to its aid. 84 to 71%, 13% spread. This is pretty exciting because I think Gimbal R Us actually has a shot at taking this game. Here we go. Time Wizards are going to begin coming up against the defense of Gimbal R Us. Here's some more stuff going on here, and this not looking good for... Whoa! Very interesting. Actually, Sam the Butcher may be able to save that dwarf. 67% is now a 16% spread. That dwarf is going to survive as Two Smoking Guns comes to the aid here of that fleeing dwarf. Oh, and that dwarf is taking out another dud. That is unfortunate. So many duds, it seems, on this map. And actually, Stone Cold is going to engage here and take out, I think, Two Smoking Guns with that micro. So I think that is the beginning of the end here. That general using that offensively placed spell, I think it really hurt. It kind of hurt that melee unit that was underneath it. And that gap has been... the gap is now only 6 percentage points. That general trying to get to the healing area. Is he going to be able to get healed before he's taken out? Nope. He is taken down almost simultaneously. And there it is. He would have been healed if he had survived just a few more seconds. And that dwarf is running in the wrong direction as the warriors can't catch up to defend it. Dwarf is taken out there and explodes, taking out a lot of his pursuers. 45-46%. Time Wizards, it seems, have closed the gap as that dwarf taking out a few archers and surviving to take out a lot of those thrall. Nice shot there by MP Phil. 38% even. So this is the force in the north for Time Wizards. Father Eximus moving in on that flag. In the south, we just have these thrall, and against them we have this guy. It is Prince Pawn, Grog Monster, with a lot of archers, and that one dwarf, Prince Pawn, with this warrior here. So it looks pretty good for Gimbal R Us here in the south, but they're going to have to play pretty well to make that happen before this force gets taken out here in the north. So far, so good. However, that a bottle gets set off, taking out a lot of those warriors. That wasn't very good for the Black Knight, and actually he engages when he shouldn't. I don't know why he's engaging here. That pretty much doomed Gimbal R Us. If he had held off on engaging there, I think they would be in a much better spot. And what is going on here? Prince Pawn engaging these Thrall without the help of his Dwarf.
Flag captured.
And just not able to get to that flag in time. It was kind of a base race, if you will. But Time Wizards, in the end, get the upper hand and retain it for the duration and take the game. Unfortunately, I mean, at one point, Gimbal R Us was up 16 percentage points, and that lead just slipped away from them. They weren't able to capitalize on it and take that flag, even though they had a pretty good opportunity to do just that. But I think they dropped the ball on their flag defense. It could have gone a lot better for them. But it was looking good at the beginning of the game. Anyway, let's look at some of these stats, these ratios. Black Knight with damage, Morgoth also 54 and 51 damage respectively. Morgoth with 11 kills. That's quite a few kills there. 14 losses, however. And if you look here, it doesn't look like anybody on Gimbal R Us with positive ratios. Stone Cold once again with damage 86. Father Xmas this time doing relatively well. I think he's the one that took the flag for Time Wizards at the end there. 16 kills, 82 damage, only 3 losses for him. So there you have it. I mean, Gimbal R Us, I was kind of hoping that they would take a game. This was their shot to do just that, but looks like they only have one more chance to do so. That's game number 5, and that's coming up in just a moment. Thanks everyone for joining me, and I hope you stay for game number 5, which is coming up next.